Good morning, children. Welcome to MVM classes. Today, let us see some more questions of the chapter Linear Graph Part 2. Now, what can be found at the following coordinates? Now, you look at this graph and some camels, elephants, gift shop, whatever is placed over there in this graph is shown here, and you have to find out the where exactly it is placed in the graph. First one is 8,2. So you move from x-axis, you take 8, and from y-axis, you take 2. Wherever there is an intersection point, you find what is there. There is a polar bear. So 8,2 gives us polar bear. Next is 5,0. On x you have 5 and on y you have 0. So from x you take 5 and y is 0. So if one coordinate is 0, that means it lies on the axis. So at this point 5, 0 you are having lines. Next 8, 9. From x-axis you take 8 and from y-axis it is 9. So there you are having F8. Next is 4, 5. From x-axis you take 4 and from y-axis you take 5, and that is a gift shop. Next 4, 2. From x-axis you take 4 and from y-axis you take 2. That is a giraffe. Next 1, 2. From x-axis you take 1 and from y-axis you take 2. That is a car parking. Similarly, whatever may be asked, first point always, first coordinate you always find out from the x-axis and the second coordinate is always from the y-axis. Next, what are the coordinates of exit? Now the places are given, whatever is place that is given, you have to find the coordinate. You find exit. Here in the graph, you are able to find exit over here. This is the intersection point of 3 and 10. Next one is camels. Find wherever is camel. Camels are placed over here. It is the intersection point of 6 and 6. Next one, elephants. Elephants are found at the intersection point of 9 and 6. Next, monkeys. Monkeys are found at the intersection point of 3 and 7. Next, penguins. Penguins are found at the intersection point of 0 and 9. It is lying on the axis. So since it is lying on y-axis, my x coordinate will be equal to 0. So it is equal to 0, 9. Now, from this graph, you have to find in which quadrant that the point lies. Both the numbers of the ordered pair are positive. So always you should draw a graph like this in your rough column. First quadrant, second, third and fourth, it always lies in the anti-clockwise direction. So both x's and y are positive means it is lying in the first quadrant. Next, both the numbers of the ordered pair are negative. Both are negative in the third quadrant. They may also ask, instead of writing both are negative, they may also say abscissa is negative and ordinate is negative. So in this way also they may give you the question. So you have to find from the figure, you have to draw the figure in the rough column and then find out. Next one, the x coordinate is negative and the y coordinate is positive. X is negative and y is positive in the second quadrant. Next, x coordinate is positive and y is negative. X is positive and y is negative in the fourth quadrant. Next, the radar screen shows different aircraft positions. Write the coordinates of various positions A, B, C, D, E, F and G. First, you find the aircraft A. It is at the intersection point of 4 and 6. Next, B. B is at the intersection point of -3 and 5. C. C is at the intersection point of -5 and 3. D. D is at the intersection point of -7 and -2. E. E is at the intersection point of 5 and -3. F. F is at the intersection point of 7, and since it is lying on the axis, lying on x-axis, that means y is 0. G. G is at the intersection point of 0 and -5. That means it lies on y-axis. So x coordinate is 0. Next, again same type of question asked in different way. In which quadrant or in which axis will xy be graphed if x is greater than 0 and y is greater than 0? X is greater than 0 means positive, y is greater than 0 means positive. So both are positive means which quadrant? First quadrant. Next, x is less than 0, y is less than 0. Both are less than 0 means negative. Both are negative in third quadrant. X is greater than 0 and y is less than 0. Greater than 0 means positive, less than 0 means negative. So positive and negative will give me in the fourth quadrant. Next, x is less than 0 and y is greater than 0. Less than 0 means negative and greater than 0 means positive. It is in the second quadrant. So in this way, if you draw in the rough column your graph paper, first quadrant, second, third, you can answer any type of questions. Hope you understood this types of questions.